All right, we're going to do a quick review or a lesson on divisibility. Knowing divisibility and divisibility rules are really going to help you out a lot when we work with simplifying fractions and factors and all of that. So that's going to help out. So let's first look at the word divisible and make sure you understand what that means. Divisible means that you can divide a number by another number and there's no remainder. So if I look at this example right here, 35 divided by 5, that equals 7. And there's no remainder. So that means that 35 is divisible by both 5 and 7. Okay, you can divide it and there's no remainder. That also means that 5 and 7 are called factors of 35. Okay? If I look at this one, 29 divided by 4, that equals 7, remainder 1. So that means it's not divisible. It's not divisible because there's a remainder. Okay, it's not a remainder. Certain numbers have rules that are going to help us look at them easily and tell if they are divisible without actually doing the dividing. So let's look at some of those rules. In your notes you have these, so you're going to go ahead and write these down. I know that you know some of these because they're pretty easy. We're going to go through 2, 5, and 10 first because those are the easy ones where you're just looking at that last digit, the last number. Okay, so we know a whole number is divisible by 2 if it's an even number. And basically what that means is if the number ends with a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, then that means you can divide it by 2. Okay? So even if I have a really long number, okay, that ends with a 6, which is an even number, so that means the whole number, I can divide it by 2 and there would be no remainder. Okay? Let's look at the next one. 5. I know a number is divisible by 5 if it ends with a 0 or a 5. So I know that number is divisible by 5 because it ends in 0. Okay? So that means I can divide it and there's no remainder. Okay? That also means that it is a factor. Okay? Number 10, 10. We know a whole number is divisible by 10 if it ends with 0. So even if it's a really long number, I know that's divisible by 10 because it ends with a 0. Okay? So I want you to pause the video and make sure you've written down those 3. All right, let's do the next one. 3 is a little bit more complicated. I know a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits are divisible by 3. All right, what does that mean? Okay, here we go. So let's say I have the number 45. If I were to add these two digits together, 4 plus 5, that equals 9. Is 9 divisible by 3? Yes, so the whole number is divisible by 3. Okay? So let's say, let me try a number. Okay, let's look at this number right here. So if I were to add these digits together, 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 2 is 12. So 6 plus 4 plus 2 equals 12. Is 12 divisible by 3? Yes, so the whole number is divisible by 3. Okay? All right, let's look at 9. 9 is the same type of rule. You have to add the sum of the digits and see if that number is divisible by 3. So again, let's look at my number, 7,128. If I add 7 plus 1 plus 2 plus 8, that gives me 18. Is 18 divisible by 3? Yes, so the whole number is divisible by 3. Okay? Let's check this one. Was this one divisible by 9? 12. Is 12 divisible by 9? No. So this number, 642, is not divisible by 9. Let's make another one. Let's see. 8. Okay? 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 3, 12, plus 6 is 18. Is 18 divisible by 3? Or sorry, divisible by 9? Yes, so the whole number is. Okay? All right, let's look at 6. A number is divisible by 6 if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. Then it's divisible by 6. So that means if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3 and it's an even number, then it's also divisible by 6. Okay, so let's say 4, 8. Let's just look at that, 48. Oh, let's add some more to it. Let's make it a little bit bigger. All right, let's look at this one. All right, so that's a really big one. Let's add them all up. So let's find, first of all, is it even? Yes, it's even. So it is divisible by 2. Now let's see if it's divisible by 3. Let's see. 4 plus 8 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Is 24 divisible by 3? Yes, so the whole number is divisible by 3. So it's both of them. It's divisible by 2 and 3, so it's divisible by 6. Okay? All right, why don't you pause the video and make sure you wrote down the rules for 3, 9, and 6. Okay? All right, make sure you wrote those rules. Now let's look at this. You have this little chart on the bottom of your paper, okay? I want you to go through and I want you to check and see if that number is divisible. First thing I want you to do is I want you just to do the 2's. This is how I would do it if it were on my paper. So go through and just do the 2's. So if it's divisible by 2, check it, okay? So pause the video and come back when you finish that column. All right, you check those? All right, now I want you to do 5 and 10. Pause the video and come back when you have those 2 columns finished. All right, now let's do the 3's and 9's. 3's and 9's are going to take a little bit more extra time because you're going to have to write the sum. So first thing I want you to do is to write the sum over here on the left-hand side. So 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 1 is 8. So pause the video and let's write down the sums for all of these. Come back and let's check your sums. All right, check your sums. Check your sums. All right, now let's do our 3's. Okay, I'll do the 3's with you. Is this divisible by 3? No. Is this divisible by 3? Yes. I want to check it. Divisible by 3? No. Divisible by 3? No. Divisible by 3? Yes. Divisible by 3? Nope. Divisible by 3? Yes. Divisible by 3? No. Okay? All right, you do the 9's, pause, and come back. All right, check your 9's. I only had 2 that worked for 9's. Only 2 worked. Okay? Now let's try our 6's. 6's are the easy one. All you have to do is basically see if it's even and it's divisible by 3. So this one, remember, this is the only one you're going to look at 3's and 9's. So now I'm finished with that. So is 125 divisible by 2? Nope. Is this one divisible by 2? Yes. Is it divisible by 3? Yes. So that means it's automatically divisible by 6. All right? You look at the rest of them. Which other ones are divisible by 6? You see it? All right, looks like this one's divisible by 6, and this one's divisible by 6. Okay? All right, so hopefully those divisibility rules are going to help you out when you are trying to simplify fractions, especially when you're looking at a number and deciding if you can divide it by 2 or 3 or 9 or even 6. All right, so use those rules. Hold on to those notes. They will help you out. All right? Okay, if you have any questions about those or you still don't understand the 3's and the 9 rule, just make sure that you let me know. All right? Have a great day, guys.